Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the pre-week analysis. It's your main man Pips, aka Mr. Levels, aka Hop, aka It's Up There. You know. So, I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. I myself, for one, did. I had an absolutely fantastic, amazing weekend. Celebrated my 20-year class reunion, and oh man, it was amazing to get out and see old classmates, especially ones that I grew up with. I'm from a tight knit town, small town, so it's kind of like all of us went to school together all our lives. So for the most part, but oh man, it was just amazing. I can't even put it into words. But enough of that. Let's jump into this pre-week analysis. Before I get into it, let me give a quick disclaimer that nothing that I share during this analysis is for financial purposes. It's for educational use only. Nothing that I share during this analysis is for financial advice. It is for educational purposes only. Cool beans. All right. I'm gonna try to make this quickly as possible. I am a little tired, partied hard last night with the classmates, and I want to be up early tomorrow to jump in these market streets. So let's get to it. You can already see the levels on my chart. I already have my PD array levels set up, my weekly discount levels. And my daily discount levels as well. I am expecting us to open up bearish for Dixie to open up the week. We're already opening. I know I'm running behind. I usually drop the pre-week analysis before we open um, on Sunday. So sorry about that, but it is what it is. So yeah, I am expecting price to pull back down into the daily discount PD arrays, right? And then we want to see some confirmation, get some confirmation from those levels, right? If we do find a support, then as I told you guys last week, if we did break aggressively above this daily volume imbalance, that I did expect us to run the yearly high up here, right? So you can see we got that previous week's buy side liquidity and previous week daily buy side liquidity up there. So if we do come down and find support right here, um, then I want to see us go ahead and run those buy side liquidities and that yearly high for this trading week. But for right now, I just want to see us pull back down and get confirmation from these daily levels. Of course, if we break below these daily levels, then I'll be looking for price to come back down and first retest this daily volume imbalance, right? Run um, Thursday's low, buy side liquidity. I mean, Thursday's sell side liquidity, right? And maybe find support here if we run through the daily discount PD array, right? And if we find support here, then I'll be looking for us to swing back up, right? So just looking for some confirmations to open the week, see how price action is reacting to our higher time frame PD arrays, right? So with that being said, let's look at our currency pairs. Euro USD. If bearish Dixie, we know that currencies push in the opposite direction of Dixie, right? At least the currencies that I go over every week. That's Euro USD, GBP USD, and NZD USD. So I am expecting currencies to open up bullish. I want to see Euro USD run Friday's high and attempt to run for the consequent encroachment of last week's wick, right? That's what this level is right here. And if we can break above that aggressively and close above that, then I expect to see us run the weekly buy side liquidity from last week. Short and simple, guys. Same thing with GBP USD. Expecting us to open up the week bullish, running up into the previous days PD array, right? Friday's PD array, right? And if we break above those levels, vice versa from the dollar, I expect us to go ahead and push up and retest that 62% of that weekly PD array from last week's price action. Okay, cool beans. Looking at NZDUSD, I'm expecting a little. I don't, you know, NZDUSD really did. She was out of correlation with her sister, her brother and sister last week, the pound and euro, right? She kept pushing when the pound and euro sold off. So I'm anticipating us to pull back at least to retest Friday's 62% daily PD array. And then if we find support there, continue up to the upside to run last week's daily buy side liquidity and weekly buy side liquidity. We still have this consequent encroachment of this weekly fair value gap. That's what this is right here, right? We haven't retested that since we broke through it on August the 11th. So if we do push up and break and close above that buy that daily and weekly buy side liquidity aggressively, then I want to see price run up into that weekly consequent encroachment, right? Cool beans. And if we break through the 62%, then of course we're gonna look for price to run that 79% discount rate and possibly the discount range from last week's price range, right? And we can see that daily sell side liquidity sits in the middle of that weekly of those weekly PD arrays. So just pay attention to that and let's get some confirmations out of the market before we make any brash decisions. So looking at futures S&P 500, right? I want to see us open up bullish. I want to see us run back up to retest Friday's buy side liquidity, right there, or rather run Friday's buy side liquidity and see whether we can break and close above that buy side liquidity in that monthly sell side liquidity that we just slammed through, right? If we can break above that and close above it, then that will be a good confirmation and indication that we are going to run Friday's premium PD arrays, right? If we cannot break above and close above that monthly sell side liquidity, then we just may see S&P 500 continue to the downside to fill in this BC right here as coined by the mentor Michael Hudson, right? So those are the things we're going to be looking for out of futures to open up the week, looking for some confirmations as well. But my bias for futures is to the upside, as I said. Same thing with NQ. Want to see us open up bullish, coming up into that premium daily PD array levels right here, right in that Friday buy side liquidity. You can see that Friday buy side liquidity in that daily 62% PD array level is exactly the same. So let's see if we get a nice smooth run to that going into London and New York AM opening. Cool beans, cool beans. So that will conclude the pre-week analysis. I hope I hope this gave you guys some added perspective to your analysis that you already got. Um, and I hope it added some value to your trading journey. So, with that being said, guys, hey man, I appreciate you tuning in, coming out to get this knowledge and empower yourselves. Let your family and friends know you love them while they still here, please. And as always, peace and love, everybody. You know.